Boy.
Yeah, we breaking silence on the Lord, oh. So why you think we out here on the Lord for? Yeah, I'm coming through, Ja, ja, ja. Coming through, I'm coming through. Yeah, I wear the truth like a logo. So why you think I'm out here on my dolo? Yeah, I'm coming through, Ja, ja, ja. Coming through, I'm coming through.
It's the We Break Silence show. E. Charles, Pamela Rosario, Cash Walk, and Vanya. And should I even call him a special guest? Or?
No, he's family.
Part of the team, part of the squad.
Not
Officially.
special.
Damn, Pam.
You know?
Damn.
Like
You
that's how I
know?
feel
Like,
about it.
Yo, once you're inducted into the family, that's the reaction.
it.
You
Damn.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, we don't have to be nice to you
Oh my god.
anymore.
Wow.
You know?
Anyways, Sean Alcide
kidding,
is
I'm
in the
kidding.
building.
Yeah.
And we have great news. I'm pretty sure y'all seen it on IG. But Designated Report on New Vil La Radio is officially launching this Monday.
Yes.
Congratulations, sir.
As a guest, can I come on as a guest? I can talk sports. I don't know nothing about
What
it.
do you know about
Sean, make
We
sure
can
you're
talk
in
about
front
it.
of.
I can
Got you.
try.
Pam,
You know?
Dominican Republic is
I can
not
talk
in the World
about.
Cup.
Shut up. Okay.
We're not talking about.
I can talk about sports. I'll look up some stuff on Google, and then we
Okay.
can talk about it.
You're welcome anytime, Pam.
Okay, cool. That's what I want.
Quick story. Remember when he came 5 months ago, I think? When you came for your interview.
Right.
I was here.
Yes, he was here that day. I actually had an idea to start a sports segment for New Vil La Radio, but I just didn't know with who, and I kind of brushed it aside. So Sean wanted to meet with me prior to the interview.
Right.
And he was like, yo, E, I'm thinking about starting a sports show and I need your help. I was like, oh, perfect.
Oh my God,
Bam.
that's so amazing.
That was
just
God.
happened.
That was God.
Yeah, that was.
I was like, let's get it done. Say less.
Awesome.
Say less.
We locked it. So we knew it since that day, but we kept it on the low because we still had a plan and,
Right.
you know.
Well,
get
y'all did
stuff
some good
done.
plan. There's a mug and everything already with the
Oh,
logo.
yeah.
Like,
Yo,
y'all did the
Yo,
whole
yeah.
setup. I was-
Yo, the setup is official. It's over there.
Yeah,
It's
yo, you
nice.
gotta tell me where you got those made. I want one like with my logo on it.
Are we gonna get a mug? Are we no? Okay, cool.
Nah, just tell me where you got them made.
Let's go.
I got you.
That's all I need.
I got you.
Yes, that's awesome. Yes, so last time you were here, we were talking about sports and this and that and the third.
Right.
So catch us up to just where you're at right now, what you're doing, and kind of, intro into the show. What can we expect?
Well, last time I was here, that was right around the time where I started working for the. I started working for the news station up at Southern. So I started working as a writer and doing broadcasting, things of that nature. And they asked me to, like 3 months in, they asked me to start my own show on the radio station.
Wow.
But
Wait,
I
this
was-
is like you was getting paid?
No, it wasn't.
just
This is like, this was my very first gig. So they gave me like a few gigs, go cover swimming and things of that nature. So I started out and then they offered me a full-time position.
Wow.
But because of my job that I currently have, it's already a full-time job. I couldn't make that work.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do my own thing anyway.
Yeah.
So when I realized that, okay, it was going to be kind of like this campus work and you're not going to get paid for it, I was like, if I'm not going to get paid for it, let me just try to like do something on my own, build my own brands, things of that nature.
Nice.
And to be fair, since we're giving credit, before I came to Esdras, like I've been mulling over this idea for months.
Yeah.
And I've just been trying to figure out where to do it. Am I going to rent out a space to do it? Am I going to just kind of like go back to the shack and just kind of like build my own stuff? And I got to give credit to Crystal, my girlfriend Crystal. I brought it by her and I was like, I want to reach out to Esdras, and she kind of like threw in how, well, you could do it with them because Pam has her show, she does it with them,
Right.
and things of that nature. And I was like, I don't know if I want to step too much on Esdras' foot, so I didn't want to kind of like bombard, hey, I want to do my show, put me on the team and all that.
Right.
But it took a lot for me to like to get to that point. That's why I hadn't brought it up, and she just kept motivating me like, yo, do it.
Should have called
Like,
me. I'd have had you on
Shout
here
out
months
to
ago.
Cristal. She's in the
You
building
know,
too.
I'm the plus.
Shout out to
I'd have
Crystal,
got
shout out
you
to
on
Crystal.
here like yesterday.
Yeah, so-
Bruh, you don't got, you're my brother, bro. You
I
should
know.
have been like, what
Right.
the heck?
I know, but like again, I know you got your thing going on.
Yeah.
We're brothers, but I respect everybody's business and
Right.
everybody's movement.
I get it, yep.
So I wanted to come at you correct.
Yes.
You know, I didn't want to just come at you like, yo, put me on. Like I wanted to come at
Oh,
you
yeah.
with a plan that made sense for the
Trust
both
me,
of
I
us.
got a lot of those put me on.
Right,
types, so
right.
I'm like, bruh, you're
Right.
not even doing anything.
Right.
Like, chill.
Yeah,
I got a lot, Pam.
Right.
Yeah,
I
but
wanted
nah.
to make it more like
Yeah.
a partnership as opposed to me just kind of like just riding on your coattail and then having you to just kind of like do everything and all that stuff.
And like I told you, it was all God because I love sports and I wanted to add a sports thing, but I didn't know who to ask.
Right.
So when he asked me, I was like, oh, perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
I said, say less.
Yeah.
We started planning right then and there.
That's awesome.
It's been a long time coming. It's
definitely
been a long time coming.
But it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope.
So it's only gonna be sports. That's it. That's all you gonna talk about.
What do you want? Fashion, Pam?
Yeah.
You know what that?
You know, we can talk about what the cheerleaders be wearing. You know,
and you can do that too. It entails because like with football season coming up, everything. You know they be catching these dudes on the cameras on their walks into
you
the
can have
stadium.
me. Come on, I'll be
That
in
would
there.
be the one. Like you could judge some outfits or something, Pam. You, like when LeBron wears, like even Trae Young, he wore the short suit tonight.
Right.
He had suits with the short.
He
bottoms.
rocked that tonight?
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
it was like a burgundy suit. I mean, it was cool. It was cooler when LeBron did it. But
It's a good question that Pam asked because we're not just sports. Like this show may be particularly about sports, but I launched a blog a couple of months ago before I started working on the show. And on our blog, like it says we cover sports and community.
Yes.
So it's not just like we're going to
Explain the community.
So we want to tie things like from sports or politics that has to do with our athletes and that has to do with the people in our community. So like Janelle, who's one of my contributors to the blog, he wrote a piece about the whole Black Panther movement and how Michael B. Jordan, who played the villain, quote unquote, in the movie, and he challenged that he's not necessarily a villain. He is what a lot of Black American kids in this country go through, and their anger is portrayed differently.
Word.
And this movie just kind of puts it on a platform because at the end of the movie, everyone's like, it validates why he wanted revenge on the Wakandans, if that's even the term.
that's the term.
Right.
Don't get it twisted.
So we want to touch on more than sports. We want to touch on our sports figures who have things they're doing in the society, like Colin Kaepernick. I've reached out to his camp actually. Sean King, who's one of my mentors, low-key, he's one of my mentors via Twitter. I connected with him. He works for the Daily News. I don't think he works there anymore, but
I don't think so.
He's like a social activist, and he's been giving me a lot of like advice and different things.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Right, so that touched me to just like, okay, I can't just talk about sports because it doesn't end there.
Yeah.
You know, we need to actually cover things that are happening within our community. So
That's true.
we write, we cover different things. We do a lot. It's just,
What's up?
we're looking forward to just launching everything full on.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
I like the blog idea. You know, I'm all for.
And I
for
reached
the
out to
blogging.
you for the blog. Look at how this works. I reached out to Pam because I'm like, I want to start a blog, but I don't want to do WordPress because it's kind of like too.
It really
it's
is.
a little too blah. And Pam is the bomb, bro. Pam legitimately was.
Is she the bomb?
She the bomb.
Yeah, I know you don't know. Okay.
Pam legitimately sent me like her information. Like she sent me her email, her pass. I'm like, why are you doing this?
I was like, log in so you could see like how Squarespace works and see if you like it before you go ahead and subscribe and do a whole site.
Oh, look at Pam
big.
giving a helping hand.
Yeah,
Pam
I'm
definitely helped a
trying.
lot.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
You're so sweet.
Trust me, I know how stressful it is to put a website together. That's why I was like, yo,
Oh my
before
God.
because I started with WordPress myself and
Right.
it was a disaster. I was like, yeah, I can't
Right.
do this. It's like IKEA. Like, you know, IKEA, you gotta buy all the pieces and then yourself
together.
like put A with B, and that's how WordPress is. If you
Right.
can, if that's a
Yeah, I
term,
hear what
it's
you're
like where
saying.
you couldn't understand how hard and difficult it could be. So that's how I was like, you know what? Before you go ahead and making all these websites, at least take a look at Squarespace, see how you like it. And
Right.
that way you kind of have an idea of what it's like. So I'm glad it worked out.
Thank you.
Now, I know you spoke about it's gonna be sports and community. Now back to the sports thing.
Right.
What sport are you covering? Just basketball and football? Is there more like hockey? Ain't nobody here watch hockey, but
Well,
I ain't watching hockey, man. Y'all bugging.
I cover like
My husband
like
watches
hockey like that. I
Really?
love hockey.
Does
Yeah.
Ariel
He
watch
watches everything.
hockey?
He watches everything.
Wow.
He's
I love
strange.
sports.
Right, I'm
He's
not
strange.
prone. I'm not prone to covering just one sport. Like for me, what I want my show to be about is content, just more than what I'm accustomed to.
Word.
And being a sports journalist per se, like in that field, I watch everything. Like I watch hockey. I grew up watching the Rangers.
Nice.
I grew up in Connecticut. Baseball, you kind of had to watch some kind of baseball,
Yes,
like
yes.
play baseball and things of that nature. So we're gonna be covering everything, but for the most part, every week we're gonna cover the hottest sports topics. So if this is what's happening, if it's in hockey, we're gonna cover hockey.
Right.
You know, we're gonna try to touch on a lot of different things, but whatever is like most relevant and the people need to know, and we need to be discussing at that point. That's what we'll be doing.
I like
Okay.
that.
I like that too.
I like it.
I know Price. once he had come with me on Instagram. He was
Cash, not
Cash,
Price.
my
Yes.
bad.
I was like, yo, don't be coming down here talking about Odell Beckham and the Lakers the
You
whole
know
time.
we finna be talking about
That's
Odell.
all he about to be talking about.
I'm finna
How great
have Odell on the
is.
show. What we talking about?
You better get him as a guest and just
I
get
really
it out
am.
the way.
That was my next
I'm-
question. Will there be guests and
There will
people
absolutely
coming
be
in?
I see 2 mics over there.
Like
Yeah.
celebrities.
I best be on there.
I'm working on. I'm not. Let me not like give too much because I don't want to like promise something that doesn't happen. But there will be a lot of guests. There will be hopefully some celebrity guests, but there will
Hopefully.
definitely be a lot
Cause
of
you know
guests.
you got the blue check mark on Twitter. I peeped
Yeah,
it.
right.
I'm working on the
Okay.
Instagram too.
You know,
verified.
I'm like, where?
Pam wants that blue check.
Yo, I'm trying. It doesn't happen.
You're not popping that much.
I guess not.
Oh.
So, I'm so
You
mad.
need to
I
be
was all
so
the way
much more
petty when I
popular.
seen that. I was like, you know what? I'm
Do you
gonna
have
unfollow
10,000 more
him.
followers yet? What do you need, 10,000 to get
Nah,
that?
to be fair, I got my blue check. I don't think it's a certain amount of followers. I think they have to validate that you're actually a real
You're
person.
somebody.
and
I
that-
am a real person. I
and
told them.
To be fair, it's not
I
that.
at Twitter and I was like, I'm real.
let me
I'm
not-
real. I said, I'm real.
I got it actually from my music days when I was quote unquote somebody, or
Yeah.
you can say, because I was working with somebodies. So that's kind of how I got mine. But no,
That's not right because you got the
I
blue
heard
check
this-
mark. You get answered to when you tweet a celebrity. They answer to you.
right.
They
I
don't
heard-
answer to me.
I heard there's a way to
I
do
like
it. It's just a
because
long
honestly,
process.
You got
No,
my
you-
numbers going up.
you
I
reach
be
out to
seeing people
Twitter.
to comment on your stuff.
I
They
did
end
reach
up
out to
following
Twitter.
me.
They didn't give me the blue check mark. I was all the way petty. I was all the way.
because, yeah, they're
All these
yeah.
people follow me. Like when I get into like these long, like 30 comment, like
You should definitely have it for
On Facebook, yeah, because
Right,
you be
he's
having
the
the
Facebook
whole
guy.
discussion
Yeah.
going on.
I be having like 100 comments on one post for no reason.
You be getting death threats, bro.
Yeah, you do.
Really?
They love me, man.
Mark Zuckerberg need to
Not
talk
really,
to you.
but close, but
okay.
close to it though.
Yeah, you
Price
know.
stirs the
Close to it.
Cash stirs the pot. I like it though. I like
You gotta
it.
do
does.
it, man. We break silence.
Right.
That's what we do.
Let's go.
Stir it up. Stir it
So
up.
it is. Yo, so what can you talk about the format? Like we just gonna hit one topic, roll straight through the show, or are we gonna be having segments? What are we gonna do? What can you say? What can you tell us about the way of the flow of the show?
There's absolutely going to be segments. I would hate to talk. This is not a podcast, so we're not just going to sit there and talk about one thing for 30
right.
minutes. So we're going to have structure where like we talk about something for 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 5 minutes,
Right.
depending on how critical that topic is for that particular time frame.
Okay.
So if it's like next week is free agency, like Eve. So
Right.
we're going to be talking about different portions of free agency, not the entire period, but we might spend 5 minutes talking about LeBron James's destination and what
Yeah.
makes sense and why this place makes sense and things of that nature. So we're just going to break them up. Like it's probably going to be 30, 35-minute show. We're going to break it up in time slots.
That's good, I think.
Right.
30. We're gonna keep it 30.
30.
Yes.
30, 35 is
30.
good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like a good amount for us.
No more than 30.
Right.
Right.
No more
We
than
want
30.
to keep
I'll
it
be having
strong.
Cash up there for a few times because
Yes.
I know he's good for a good
We're
debate.
gonna keep it 30.
yeah.
Oh, he sure is good for a good debate.
It'll be short.
Don't
but
get debated
epic.
on.
I don't want to.
It'll be short but epic at the same time.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Short,
30
sweet,
minutes
and
is a
to
good
the
number.
point.
What days are you going to be on?
We're pre-filming right
Yes,
on
we're
Monday,
pre-filming.
Mondays? Okay.
and we're trying to release
We
the
don't-
very next day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So
Yeah.
either we don't have a time, but it'll be weekly.
right,
Okay.
Probably every Monday to Tuesdays.
right,
Yeah, but it'll be weekly.
right. We're still working out those deets.
Yes.
Right.
So our listeners, please subscribe to our YouTube page because it won't be live. It's a video, so you'll catch all the episodes on our YouTube channel.
Nice.
Vil La Radio on YouTube.
Yes. So you have to really be researching what's going on. Like, how much time do you put into?
He's keeping us posted with the draft.
Like that
I
is
know, I
that.
haven't-
I feel like that's a job
I
within
haven't said
itself.
anything.
Like
Right.
staying
Right.
current on
It's
what's
a-
going on.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've been doing this since I was 13 in high
Yeah.
school. So I mean, even
have.
prior to that, I remember actually this funny story. The game that the Lakers won in 2002 against the Sacramento Kings in the playoffs, when Robert Horry hit the game-winning shot in the last second.
Oh, I cried.
My father was sick that day. He had been sick for like a week, and I had just been kind of like just immune. I just been so locked in on the Lakers, coming home, preparing, like
Right.
wearing the same socks, making sure it's good luck. And then the Lakers lost the game before that. The Lakers lost, and I broke down in tears. And my father was so mad at me that he was sick for a week, and I cared nothing about that. And then the Lakers lose a game, and I'm like weeping over it. So like this
Yeah.
is something that has been in me since I can remember.
Yeah.
And I've always done it right. And I've done this like, you know, for as a hobby. So now it's
Yeah.
kind of like it when I went to college, I'm like, okay, I want to do this for a living now. So it's just kind of like been embedded in me since I was young.
No lie, I remember back in the AOL chat days.
Oh my God.
Me and you would talk about the way
Going
we
in.
go back and forth right now with text.
Exactly.
Right.
We were in the chat,
Right.
chat,
Going in.
with the 2002 finals. Like, yo,
Right.
I hate the Lakers, but they're gonna sweep Jason Kidd and
the
Kenny
Nets.
Martin and
Right.
those guys.
Right.
That was an easy sweep.
funny.
It was not even close that series.
Jason Kidd, Kenny Martin, who was that?
Kerry Kittle.
Kerry Kittle. Vince Carter wasn't on that
No,
team.
he wasn't on
right?
that team.
was-
No,
was-
no,
was
no.
RJ.
Lucius Harris.
RJ. Richard
Yes.
Jefferson was on that
Lucius.
team.
Someone
Todd
named their child
McCullough.
Lucius?
Todd
Yep.
McCullough.
Yep.
Yep.
Scalabrine.
Keith Van Horn. Scalabrine wasn't on that squad yet.
He was
Nope,
on the
he
bench,
wasn't.
right?
He was
on the bench.
You're right.
Yeah.
He was.
And then,
Young.
and then
young
the next
Scalabrine.
year, Mutombo was in the finals because they traded McCulloch from Mutombo and Van Horn.
Right.
Because I was a Sixers fan, they went to the Sixers.
You're right.
Yes, I remember
Wow.
that. I'm good with my years, bro. Don't test me with my
Yes.
years.
Years and numbers in general.
Yes. I don't know why. I'm really good at that. Very
That's really
detail-oriented
cool.
guy.
That's so exciting. I think honestly, just out of this whole like, just you telling us how it all came about is so dope to me. Like you, first Crystal encouraging you, then you reaching out to her, then Pam. Like,
Damn, I'm a
helping
her?
You.
Right, you pointed at him when he-
Let me
My
hold
bad,
this
my
L,
bad,
bro.
my bad, my bad.
Damn.
Sorry.
I'm a
You're
her.
reaching out to him. Pam, like it's just so like you don't see that often. You know what
Nah,
I mean?
you
Like
don't.
people just
Right.
being willing to be like, yo, if this is what you want to do, like
Right.
let me help you. Let me show you how I, got what I have. So
Right.
it's just really dope. I'm excited for your show.
Me too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is there any reason behind the name, or is that something you just came up with?
Oh
How did the
man.
name come about?
Ezra's put a lot of pressure on me because I remember when he decided we were gonna do it. Every day he was hitting me up.
Listen.
Like,
What's the
Got a
name?
name? We
What's
got
the
a-
name? What's the name?
Me, I like to prepare things, bro.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just like that. I'm sorry.
and I'm very picky with things.
I
So
apologize.
it took me probably 6 months to come up with the name. So I wanted I like the report because it's like we're bringing you news and we're updating you constantly with what's going on in the hottest things.
Right.
And designated, I liked it. Like designated assignment was one of the names I considered, but like that sounds a little too investigative. So I was
Yeah, that sounds like military.
right. So I'm
Yeah.
like designated report. Like we're designed to give you this. Like so, like that's our job.
Yeah.
like it.
Like when you designate someone for assignment, you send them on a mission, and our
Yeah.
mission is to
Right.
report you what's
And you
going
know,
on in the world.
It's like you know it's about sports.
Right.
Gotcha. Heard
Is it a
you,
one-man
heard you.
show? Is it just you?
It starts with me, but again, like one of my contributors, Janelle, who is one of my best friends like my entire life. He's gonna be a big part of the show because like me and him, we do what Ezra's do. Like we're texting 24 hours a day. There's even a group chat that he created with me, him, and Cash,
Yeah.
and we're like talking about just going in. So it's like there's gonna be a lot of like I won't be by myself for the most part. I would say.
Yeah, I will be here
Okay.
often. I'm just letting you know.
Some cameos.
This is a little off subject. Do you think analysts these days, sports analysts,
Right.
you think they add a little too much pressure on these guys like LeBron and Curry and Durant?
my
Because
God,
we
are you
didn't.
kidding me?
The analysts didn't talk as much in the 80s and 90s. Obviously, there was no social media. So
Am I actually hearing this right now?
no, I'm
Finish
just
your
saying.
question.
No, I'm just saying. What's your take on it? Because they just talk too much now. Like there's, and that's another thing I want to bring up too. There's way too many analysts, way too many people talking.
Well, you wanna go?
Go ahead, Cash.
Cash was like,
I don't
he
have
got
anything to
something
say. The question was for you. Just
No, I want to hear your input. I'm interested in hearing
too
your
much
input.
pressure on who? What? Too much pressure. What do you mean too much pressure from a guy who's these are journalists. Their job
Right.
is to put into the minds of the people, like to create a thought, create a narrative.
Correct.
They're just doing their job.
Right.
So if that adds pressure to LeBron or any of these other athletes out here, then you're in the wrong business, my friend. They shouldn't
Yeah.
be reading
I don't-
these
I don't
papers.
think- I don't
or
think they
even
care.
watching. I don't think they
I don't
should
think
even
they
care.
care.
I hope
Yeah,
not.
they don't.
I
They
hope
should not care. LeBron has had
But
pressure
but listen,
since he signed a deal with Nike for $90 million
Some-
before he even got drafted.
some of these
Right.
players,
That's pressure.
Cash. Some of these players, these analysts be talking, and sometimes it be getting to their heads.
You know the only player who should feel pressure right now? Only player in the whole league who should feel pressure right now? J.R. Smith.
Oh,
That's it.
That's true.
Because he got to
even
make up
Pan
for it.
puts pressure on him. He's that bad right now.
He's got to get pick that up. But yo, answer that question, please.
No,
Please.
there's no way that those guys are worried about pressure of analysts
No
because
way.
people are gonna talk regardless.
All
Like,
the time.
Like again, that's what their job is to do is to stir the pot. It's to make headlines and for the players to go out and play. If you play well, they're gonna rave. They're gonna like praise you. If you don't, they're gonna bash you. That's just what it is.
And LeBron specifically is in the most damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like the dude had 51 points, and they're still talking about like things he did wrong.
Right.
He had a 51-point triple double in the finals.
Right.
And they're like, well, you know, he could have did more.
Yo, this dude had 51 points. Skip Bayless gave him a C. I was like,
You see
what?
I'm saying?
Can't
Yeah.
listen to Skip Bayless,
51
man.
points.
So he can't listen to that while he's icing his knees, ankles, back, shoulders, everything from carrying the 4 other dudes all through a night. And all they had to do was one thing to get him a dub, and they couldn't do it.
Right.
Like, give me a break. There's no pressure. The pressure is on them.
Any draft updates? Any news?
Nothing too exciting. Just nothing too. I'm still
What do
waiting
you
on that
mean? The
Lakers.
Bucks got Dante DiVincenzo, a.k.a.
please.
Wilmington, Delaware's finest, a.k.a. the Michael Jordan of
MVP,
Delaware.
the
That is
MVP
really
of the
what they
Final
call
Four.
him. The MVP of the national championship for college out of Villanova.
Did that Atlanta and Maverick trade go down?
It did go down. Yeah.
Okay.
So Doncic is a
Doncic.
Maverick. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
And Trae
I
Young's
like
a
that.
Hawk. Right.
He's gonna be down there with Dirk.
With Dirk. They like Europeans down there.
They
man.
like, yo, because they
love
don't.
them.
You know why? Because he's gonna stay there forever.
Right.
He's not going anywhere.
Right. Well, it's a new age in the NBA. You never
Yo,
know.
but you know, the thing is, the American players are the ones that are jumping around. Other than, like, I can only think about one, like, European player that's not a journeyman, that's like a relative player, and it's Dragic, and he only jumped one time. He went from Phoenix to
Miami.
and that's it. But these foreign players, they don't jump around like that. You look at Tony Kukoc. He was done with the Bulls. He was done with the league. That was
Yeah,
it.
he did a bad job in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
He didn't do too bad in Philadelphia. I remember that. He
he
got
was there
traded
for a second,
Yeah,
right?
he got traded. Him and Ratliff got traded to Atlanta
Theo
from
Ratliff,
Matumbo.
yeah, from-
I don't want to remember any Tony Kukoc outside of Chicago. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
It's a sad thing.
No,
Right.
no, I'm just saying he wasn't bad
Nah, I
that,
hear you.
that year.
Yeah.
But when he was in Atlanta, that was bad.
But shout out to Dante DiVincenzo, the Michael Jordan of Delaware.
All right,
Real talk. That's what they really call him. I'm not making that up on my own.
Wow.
That's really his nickname. Like, my man is like all-state in like 3 sports.
Anyways, Sean, once again,
Nasty.
congratulations, brother.
Yes, sir.
I do this with everyone. Whenever somebody starts a show, I give them gifts. I gave Pam a cake. Who else I give? I gave something else to somebody one time. So you have a gift. You have a dessert.
We have a dessert.
That's actually pretty
for-
surprising. I did
Bro,
not
you
see
got
that.
We got some
Dessert?
cookies, bro.
Yay, chocolate cookies.
Shout outs to Crystal because I want to make sure that it was okay to get a friend.
You're joking, right?
I know you on a diet and everything, man.
I was
You know,
gonna
you
say it,
working
bro.
out, you know what I'm saying? We want to mess up your stilo, pimpin'.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yo, but if you want me to take a couple of them off your hands,
You know what I'm
We can help
saying?
you
You can
out.
help. You
Sharing
can
is
step
caring,
past
right?
it
help
down.
sharing is caring. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome to the New Villa team.
New
Yeah,
Villa.
man.
Yes.
We are excited to
Yeah,
work
we're gonna
with
do
you.
big things. We're very excited to add a sports show to New Villa
sir.
Radio.
Yes, we are.
Much
Can't wait
needed.
to
New Villa's doing big things. We got
Yeah.
a lot of different
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah, we got our main radio station. We got
Right.
the happy hour with Pam, fashion. We got the ladies with duty calls.
Duty calls, and now we have designated report.
I'm excited.
Now
to
we
get
have designated
started, man.
report. So
Right.
Excited
it's
to
gonna be
get
dope.
started.
Awesome
man.
sauce.
Y'all have any final questions before we go?
No, that's
All right. Well, I'm about to eat some cookies. Make sure to follow us on all social media platforms at New Villa Radio. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, New Villa Radio, so you see our shows. We Break Silence,
Yes.
Designated Report,
Yes.
Happy Hour.
Yes.
Oh, you got an announcement. You doing something next week. Talk about that.
What am I doing next week?
Is it next week? I'm sorry, in July.
Oh, I'm like, what?
I'm sorry, my bad.
So I was invited to host the Danbury Fashion Week.
Woo, is this the
Is
first
that in
one?
July?
Huh?
July,
it's in July.
right? Okay.
Yes.
This is the first one, right?
This is the first annual Danbury
In Danbury?
Fashion Week. It's like a week long
Yes.
event.
You hear them gunshots popping? Sound like
My bad.
gunshots.
Just trying to get to them cookies. That's all.
So I'll be hosting that on the show. The actual fashion show is on the 28th. They have different events every day, but I'll be around the 27th and the 28th, which is Friday and Saturday.
And
So
Vanya
check
and
us out.
Cash will be doing
Yep,
behind
the
the
whole
scenes
team
interview.
will be there. We're doing media coverage and stuff.
Cash,
for the
make
show.
sure you look good, bro. It's a fashion show, bro.
Make sure you guys tune in for that. Tickets are on sale. You can
not
follow me on
disrespect.
Instagram.
Are we gonna have
for-
analysts put pressure on your dressing game, bro?
Do not disrespect me. I wake up like this.
Cash get busy. I seen Cash in
Yo,
was it
this
Mexico?
guy in Mexico
Yo.
looking like
Them
loafers
looking like
on? What you
Barack.
talking
Yo,
about?
I was getting more compliments than the bride and the groom.
Okay.
Like, I was out
I'd
there.
have kicked you out of my wedding if you was there. I'd have
Yo,
like,
for
excuse
real,
me,
like,
you're not gonna get more attention
the
than
bride's
me.
dad came up to me and told me how much he liked my outfit.
Nice.
Real
Nice.
talk.
Nice. That's crazy.
So more details will be available. They have an Instagram page at Danbury Fashion Week, so you guys can check out for. I think they're looking for casting. They're casting for models and stuff like that. So tune in. I'll give you more details as I have available. But I just had the meeting with her yesterday. So I'll be hosting the show, y'all.
Yeah,
come check
Lit.
me out.
See me.
I'm excited. I'm
Pam's
nervous,
hosting.
but I'm excited.
Vanya and Cash is doing backstage press. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be lit.
Are
Yeah,
there gonna be
lit.
beautiful women there for me to interview?
probably.
It's a fashion show, I'm pretty sure.
I know. Yeah.
This should be interesting. Maybe I find me a wife. Let's make a game out of this.
Okay,
Game out of
let's
this.
do it.
Game
We'll
on.
find
You guys
you.
gonna take wagers? Let's
We're
put
gonna
the odds
find
up.
wife.
We'll
We'll
get
ask
3
Vegas.
contestants.
We'll ask Vegas what the odds are.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys same time, same place next week.
Yeah.
yo.
Have a good night.
Holla.
This is New Villa Entertainment.